Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm Nick and I hope you're having a lovely day. A few of my little lovelies on TikTok have requested that I do a video with like thrift tips, and I thought, yeah, I really wanted to do that, so that was a good idea. And it was kind of cool that people wanted that. It made me feel like, oh, so nice. But yeah, so thank you for like thinking that I have cool stuff and cool style, and yeah, that's really nice. It's lovely. Okay, so this is going to be my top 5 thrift tips, and I wrote a list because the ADHD has me just all over the place sometimes, and especially if I'm not like actually talking to someone, I can just like really get going off on some weird tangents, and then I forget what I'm talking about. So yeah, so I have a list. So let's just get into it. I'm gonna try and actually look at the camera because I keep tending to want to like look over into space, but that's not where you are, so I'm looking at you. Maybe that was creepy, sorry. Okay, number 1, frequent visits. So I frequent the thrift stores. Thrifting is like my hobby, and I don't collect a lot of things, but I collect clothing. So yeah, I do really love going to the thrift store. It's also one of the few places that I will go to outside of my home. I have agoraphobia, and that can make it really difficult for me to get out. So I like to go to the thrift store. I've been living in the city where I live for a very long time, and the places that I go to regularly, I'm very like comfortable and familiar with those places. Generally speaking, there are some times when I go and I'm like, oh, okay, no, and I have to leave. But yeah, generally speaking, I love to go to the thrift. And if I want to go to a new place, I have to take a comfort person with me so that I don't freak out. But that's another story. Anyway, so yeah, I go frequently, like probably once a week. I used to go like every 2 weeks on payday, and that would just be like my fun hobby activity time where I would go and like hit up all the thrift stores in town, and just like make a day of it and have a nice coffee or a tea or something. Yeah, and then like you don't always have to spend money when you're there, but going frequently, you will kind of end up finding things that you probably wouldn't find otherwise. Like it's better to, rather than going for like one big thrift haul, you'll probably have more luck finding items that you like genuinely really love if you're able to and you want to go more frequently. Yeah, you'll just, yeah. Okay. Yeah, so that's it. Sometimes I don't get anything when I go to the thrift store. Sometimes I walk out with nothing. Sometimes I'll walk out with like $1-2 item. Could be like housewares or decor or some other random thing, or it could be, you know, like a really good day and I have money to spend and I'll get like an armful of things, whatever I can carry. I'm game for that. But yeah. Number 2 is to go to the little thrift stores. That is kind of it's like almost like a rule for me, I guess. It's very rare that I will go somewhere like Value Village, or like in the city where I live, we have a corporate run Salvation Army. Those places just, I don't know, I have issues with their ethics and things like that. I'm not really sure about Salvation Army per se, but I know that Value Village does contribute a lot to pollution in other countries, and they send a lot of their waste overseas and then just kind of forget about it. So I really don't like that. Also, when I worked there, they just destroy a lot of perfectly good things if they don't sell, rather than marking them down or donating them to people in need. And for a company that talks about, you know, the good they're doing for the community and for the environment, it's just like, no. So the only times that I will go to those stores usually is if I need something and I know that they have like a wide variety of things. Like Thorin needed back to school shoes, just like indoor shoes for like sneakers for gym, and we're quite low on funds at the moment, so I knew we would have to obviously get secondhand shoes, and that if we went to Value Village, which is a large store, there would be a lot more to choose from, and it would be easier to find Thorin something that is comfortable that they like. So for that reason, we went to Value Village. Or like, let's say someone needs a winter coat or something like that, and I'm not able to find it at one of my other thrift stores, I will venture to the big ones, but otherwise I do avoid them, and I don't donate to them. If I was really like in a pinch and I needed the coupon or something like that, because they give you like a coupon for donating 20%, I think, I would consider donating in that case. But generally I will donate clothing and other household items that we have to local organizations that I actually know are, you know, giving items away to people in need. And also in terms of like the discount coupon that you get, if you shop at your small local thrift stores, they have much better prices. The prices are more reasonable. And a lot of times, like if you really want something and it's overpriced, you can go up to the counter and say like, look, I really want this and I can't afford it. And sometimes they'll help you out there. The other thing about their prices is that I know in my city, two of my favorite thrift stores have like colored tags, like Value Village does, but their colored tags will be 50% off. One of them does, I think, one colored tag for a whole week. And then the other one that I go to does a different colored tag every day. So you'll go in and everything that has a blue tag on it will be 50% off. So you're getting items for like $2-3, and that just kind of like, you don't really need the coupon for 20% off at Value Village when you're paying like $17-18 for items there at that point. And then also, like if you're in Ontario, or I'm thinking they probably do this in Canada, but there is a small Salvation Army that's church run near where I live, and then there's like two others that are like affiliated with them. They're like grouped together, and they have a discount like stamp card. So every time you go, every $10 you get a stamp, and then you work toward let's see. Let me see. I think it's in here. Yeah, Salvation Army loyalty cards. Every $10 you get a stamp. And then once the card is full, you get $10 off your next purchase. So not only do they have better prices, but they have really good loyalty programs. And then Mission Thrift, which is the one that has a different colored tag, is 50% off every day of the week. They also have a loyalty program, and I think like in one like purchase, I got $4 on my loyalty card. So yeah, they're pretty good too. Oh, I put my paper down. Where did I put it? Anyway, don't go with a list in mind. That's number 3. I can't like hold my fingers like that very good, but yeah, don't go with a list in mind. If you have like tunnel vision and you're looking for like one specific item, the chances of you finding it, firstly, are pretty slim because it's a thrift store and it's just random stuff. But also, you will end up overlooking a lot of other things that could be great. And like, you can buy things out of season. You know, if you see a coat in the summertime when you're browsing around, that's like amazing and the price is right, you can just buy it and wait until winter to wear it. And that can often save you money too, because generally during those seasons, prices on things go up sneaky amounts and you end up paying more for them, or you just struggle in general to find them during those seasons because a lot of people are going to be looking for them. Like those last minute purchases, like, oh shit, I need a new like winter coat, or I need new boots, or whatever, stuff like that. And number 4 is shop every section. So you may not have time to do this, but I do recommend it, especially if you're plus size, because your sections are going to be pretty small and you just generally have a limited amount of stuff, you know, which is sad. But if you look in every section, every size section, you look in the men's, you look in the women's, sometimes even the kids. I know. You're gonna find stuff that will fit you. I have some shirts, my shirts range in size. My shirts range in size from like a medium, which yes, actually does fit me, to like a 3X. And then like this, the same thing goes generally for skirts. Skirts, I find the sizes vary a little bit more than pants do. Like pants can be a little bit tougher and you won't necessarily have as much luck in other size sections with your pants. But skirts and tops, sweaters, anything like that. Also, like sometimes I get pajama stuff and I wear that like just regular. I have a video of me, I think it was last week before I got sick. I got a pair of Old Navy pajama pants. They're like a light blue and white stripe, like vertical, yes, vertical, this way. And they were $3. I took the elastic out of the waist, I put a drawstring in, and I wore them with a cute little like half button white top and a pair of little shoes, and it was a cute outfit. And nobody knew I was wearing pajama pants, and it's extremely comfortable. And yeah, what are you gonna do? Also, recently I've gotten a couple of house coats that I'm really excited to wear, but it's just too hot still to wear those. But I got like this really cool vintage, almost like a really big corduroy kind of knit fabric, in very like vintage beige brown colors, that I'm gonna style as like a jacket. And then a few months ago, which is on I think one of my thrift haul videos, I got that plaid house coat with the pockets. That's just really nice plaid colors, and I'm gonna style that as a jacket too. Who's gonna stop me? And it's gonna look cute, I know it will. So yeah, I can't wait to do that, but I don't want to sweat my face off just yet. So yeah, that's on shopping every section. And number 5 is probably like one of the biggest ones for me, and that is to keep an open mind. Like, I know that a lot of bigger people have this idea that you exist to please other people. And definitely like AFAB people in general, I think, feel that way, right? But you just think like fat equals unattractive, which is totally untrue. You're a babe. But that because you're unattractive, that you have to make everything else about yourself like as pleasing to others as possible. You know, you have to have the good nails, you've got to have perfect skin, your hair has to look top tier all the time, your makeup, your clothes always have to be trending, and they have to fit you to make you look smaller, and like you just have all these like ideas about the way you need to present yourself to society, and you don't owe anyone that. Fashion is self-expression, and it's not meant to be pleasing to everyone's gaze. Like, it's meant to be pleasing to you. It's meant to make you feel good so you can express yourself. Like, if other people don't like the way you look, I'm sorry, but like, actually I'm not sorry at all, but yeah, like, they can just fuck off and mind their own business. You don't exist for them. You don't exist to please them. And a lot of times in my life, I have felt like that. Particularly when I was like in my teens, my later teens and early 20s. And then kind of after I had my child in my later 20s, I felt like that as well. I'm now in my late 30s, so a lot has changed for me, but I've kind of realized that like I can wear whatever I want. I've always been that person who like I love clothes. I love all different styles. I love different shapes. I love different colors, different aesthetics. Like that just and eclectic mixes of things. It just brings me joy. It's something I really love. And when I was a kid, I was very much just kind of did my own thing and I wore whatever I wanted, and I had like, I loved thrifting even as a kid. I would always find like the most interesting stuff. I wanted to be like, I wanted to like have the most interesting clothes. And that never really changed, but I was so afraid to go out as myself. And it held me back a lot. And it also held me back from doing things I enjoy doing, like swimming. Like, I wouldn't wear a bathing suit in public, or, you know, I would just sweat to death in summer because I would be wearing, my arms would be covered and my legs would be covered. And like, it's just, we don't have to torture ourselves. And you know what? Like, yeah, there are going to be people who look at you and think, oh, like, they shouldn't be wearing that. But there's also going to be people who look at you and think like, wow, they look amazing. I wish I had the guts to wear stuff like that. And then maybe you could inspire those people. And then they will go out wearing stuff that they want to wear, because seeing you doing it and embracing yourself makes them more confident in themselves and gives them that inspiration. It's just, it's like a chain reaction. My brain fog is so bad sometimes, like, oh, I swear. Sometimes I forget, like, what a fork is called. It's crazy. Anyway, yeah, and so, like, when I go to the thrift store, I never am looking and I see something I really like and think, oh, I can't pull that off. Or I can't wear that. It's not, like, the right shape, or I can't show my stomach, or, you know, like, sometimes those thoughts do creep up in the back of my head, you know, where things I'm insecure about. And I think, like, oh, like, I don't really want to wear shorts. Like, I never wore shorts for the longest time. But for the most part, the more you wear those things that you like and you fill your feed with people who look like you, that are doing that. They are wearing the shorts, they're wearing the sleeveless tops, they're wearing the crop tops, they're, you know, dressing in a style that you like, that you think, oh, I'd really like to dress like that, but I can't. Well, you can, and just fill your feed with all that positivity and those people who are just being unapologetic about their bodies and the way they like to dress. And it's just a beautiful thing, and you can get to that place where it brings you joy. I know it's hard and it does take time, but yeah, you can get there. I just put my list down and just talked a whole lot. That's what happens when you have ADHD. But yeah, anyways, so just be open-minded. You don't have to stick to one aesthetic unless you want to. If you want to and that's what brings you joy, then do it. But if you don't want to and you see something that's a little bit out of your comfort zone or out of your typical, you know, aesthetic, just go for it. It could be like the greatest thing ever. And yeah, that's all I have to say for right now. I am still getting over being sick, but I did promise a video this week, so I'm trying my best to deliver on that. I do have some more items that I've been stockpiling that I've thrifted over the summer, and I also have a few things that I've made. I made this big skirt out of bed sheet set, and I have leftover fabrics. I think I'm gonna make a little dress also. I was gonna make like an apron style dress situation, but I happen to have like the fitted sheet part left, and it's already like ruched and has elastic on it, so I think I'm gonna use that to my advantage and just make like a cute little mini dress with like a ruffle on the bottom with that. But once that is finished, I will have a video on that. Probably not like how I made it, but just maybe inspiration for if you see some cute bed sheets. I also saw some curtains the other day that I was like, oh, I kind of really wanted to get them and make a pair of pants out of them, but also I was like, no, I have too many projects on the go right now. I have a few other items that I've thrifted that I did like minor alterations on, which I wanted to do a video on that as well, just to show you that it's easy, and if you really like something and it's not quite right, you can make it right for you. Yeah, so that's it. I really, 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 really appreciate everyone who's subscribed to my channel. Like, that's so amazing, and it makes me so happy, and everyone who follows me on TikTok, and just like the support that I've been getting is so lovely, and it really genuinely means so much to me. I started doing this because I want to like make a career out of thrifting, because it's something that really makes me happy. And I've never had a job that makes me happy before, and I think like I kind of deserve that. So yeah, I'm really hoping I can get there. But I just genuinely appreciate you guys, and if you have something that you want to see from me, let me know, because I'm so new to this, and I don't really know what people want to see. Yeah, so let me know, and like and subscribe if you want to. No pressure there. If not, I'm still happy that you watched this video, and hopefully some of my tips help you out here and there.